Okay, now what we need to do is create the ears. So first of all, I'm going to turn the planes back on so we can see what we're doing. Now, a couple of things to note. First of all, we have an angle here of 15 degrees that we're going to want. So that's pretty much all the information I need there. So turn that plane off. And next thing we need to do is try and figure out the size of the ears. So currently I'm in a perspective view, which is not really helpful at the moment. So if I change this to an orthographic and then go for a front view, things start to line up. Okay, now looking at the scaling on this thing, I think we're pretty much where we need to be. I'm just going to confirm that. So I've grabbed the plane at the back, and I'm just going to play with the scaling just a little, and yeah, it's good enough. Now, this time we're going to use a different tool. What we're actually going to do is create a spline of one of the ears all the way around here, and we're going to close it off and then use that to create an extrusion. So how do we do that? So we click on the create button, and under NURBS here we have a CV curve or a point curve. So well, just to show you how it works, first of all, the CV curve will go click to click to click, and you'll see there that the curve is not going through the points. All right, so you get lovely curves out of it, but you just have to be aware that they're not going to pass through the points that you've been looking at. So if I just grab this again, I can just delete it there. The other type is the point curve. So you'll see this time that the curve will go through the points as I click them. But you'll also look, if you see here, you'll see that the curve can actually go beyond it. So for instance, as I push it back this way, you can see the curve shaping itself. So the more points you have, the more closely the curve will follow your chosen path. However, if you have too many, you'll get situations like here where it's effectively turning into angles. So it is a bit of a balancing act in terms of getting this right. So I'm just going to grab this element here and delete it. What we're going to do is create them here. So what I can do again is turn off the components we're not using. So why am I still looking at that sphere? That one, there we go. So we're just going to create around here the curve that we want, and we're going to fully enclose it so we can extrude it later. So again, create NURBS, and we're going to go for a point curve. So I'm going to start in here because it's my intent to close this off in an area that will be ultimately put in the sphere. So clicking here, and now I'm just picking some points around the ear, like so. Like we'll try and bend them out a bit. So if you have areas of more curve, again, it's a balancing act between too many and too few. So where the curve gets there. Okay. And now I'm going to hit that. Now what I did there was I just clicked on the very first point, and it's now asking me, do I want to close it? And the answer is yes, I do. So it's just smoothed it out there, and you can see that it's not too bad. I'm certainly happy with that one. Okay, that is that done. Sorry, let's get out of that command now. So let's just click on that. All right, so I have this thing here. See where it is in space. Okay, currently it's sitting over there. So I'm going to grab this. So I've just selected it. So it's curve 0, 1. What 0, 2 is. So we have 0, 1 there. And what I need to do now is apply a modifier to it. So going into the modifier list for this, somewhere in here with a bit of luck, there's a thing called Extrude. And there is. And the amount is given here. So we can see it just working. All right. It would be useful, I think, at this point to bring back that plane just to see how thick we need this thing to be. Of course, it's in the wrong place. So what we can do is, let's move it over to where I want it. Two things I want to determine here. I want to determine the overall thickness of this. And I also want to set the angle. So I'm going to set it's an orthographic, that's fine. Okay, so it's a bit on the thick side there. But, look, let's do the rotation first. So I'm going to rotate this about that axis there. And we're going to try -15. And see if I do anything. Wrong one. So let's just undo that. -15, what does that do? It's not that one either. If it's not this one, we got problems. It's not that one. Okay, I need to figure this out the awkward way. So it's changing that one. So we're looking at what's happening there. Okay, 90 -15 is 75, so I'm just going to change this to 75. All else fails, watch the one that moved. And close that down. Now going back into this object here, just have a quick look at it. We can see the amount of that curve, so I'm just going to maybe thin it out a small bit, but not too much. I might also just push it into the right space. It looks a bit more than... Okay, let's try 22 mil. Try 20 mil. Yeah, that's about right. And it's not too bad in terms of location and everything else. It seems to be all right. So let's see how this looks against our mouse head. Okay, so I'm just going to turn back on the head and the eyes. And we're starting to get something. Yep, starting to look good. Excellent. Oh, that's what the other sphere is there. Sorry, turn that back on. That's his mouth. And as before, what we're going to do is just simply mirror this over, and that will be us done. So I'm going to leave that one as a background, just to run the mirror operation on it. So there's the mirror operation. You can see they just flipped it about the x-axis, so we need to do an offset on this one till it looks about right. Yep, that looks okay to me. Alright, let's just turn off the planes. Once you've done all of this, there's nothing else that really needs to be done. So there it all is. I'm going to grab everything and create a group from it and call it Dead Mouse. Yay. Now, final thing to do is set up a camera against this. So what I'm going to do now is do that. So let's go back into our normal viewports here, and we're going to start setting up the camera in a decent enough location here. So sorry, it's going to set up a couple of ways of looking at this. All right, it's going to drop in the camera. So create a camera, a free camera. Okay, let's put that in there. And now I need to start dealing with angles and stuff. So rotate this around about there. What I also need to do is select the camera and set this viewport up. So camera selected, set view to selected camera. So this pane here is now showing me what the camera is seeing. So activate this viewport and rotate this over. And that's still not working, so it's going to move this. Come here, camera. Haha, camera needs to rotate. You can see it there. It's a wee bit off. Actually, I might just do that now. So I'm going to rotate the camera by 90 degrees. You can see everything coming back into view. And let's see, back to our move tool. Put it about there. Rotate it again. What I want to do is rotate in this view. Okay. So we're kind of getting a little bit in frame here. So I'm just going to keep tweaking this for just a moment, like so. Now, target camera is obviously a lot easier to use. Now, the other thing I want to do here is have a look at the properties of this thing and see is there anything we can do with our camera. So under the camera here, if we want to make a nice dynamic kind of feel to this, you can use a really wide lens on it. So if I pop a 15mm lens, it's really quite a wide angle. And what I can now do is move the camera so we can get a really kind of dramatic image. So we can see we're just bringing it into frame here. And it's coming quite close to the object, as you can see. Alright, that's looking okay. And what I'm going to do now is move it up a small bit and maybe rotate the camera down slightly. There we go, just a little bit on that. And let's have a quick view on this one. There we go, not too bad. Thank you for watching.